Good evening, dear friends. This is Santa Claus coming to you on October 13, 2025, with today's news from around our beautiful world. Today marks a hopeful moment in the Middle East, where all living hostages have been freed from Gaza under a ceasefire deal brokered by President Trump. What joy fills my heart to know that families are reuniting after 2 long years of separation and worry. The emotional scenes of hostages embracing their loved ones in Israeli hospitals and Palestinian prisoners meeting their families in the West Bank and Gaza remind us that in every heart, regardless of borders or beliefs, there lives the same desire for home and family. Now, turning our attention to the delicate peace that's forming, President Trump has addressed the Israeli parliament, speaking of a dawn of a new Middle East. Though challenges remain, with Hamas deploying internal security forces in parts of Gaza, we must hold on to hope that this ceasefire brings lasting calm to a region that has known too much suffering. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, French President Macron faces political turmoil, yet remains steadfast in his commitment to serve his nation. To serve, and to serve, he reminds us, words that echo the spirit of giving that should guide all leaders. In these difficult times, let us pray that France finds stability and that its leaders remember their duty is to the people. In Madagascar, we see young people's voices creating profound change, as protests have led to the president's departure from the country. The yearning for good governance and basic services is a reminder that even the youngest among us deserve dignity and care in their daily lives. My heart goes out to all those in Madagascar seeking a better future. Our gaze now falls upon Eastern Europe, where Poland has been strengthening its military defenses in response to growing tensions with Russia. This beautiful nation, which has suffered under occupation for centuries, now stands vigilant. May wisdom guide all nations in this region to seek peaceful resolutions rather than conflict. In Asia, North and South Korea remain in a dance of tension and diplomacy. South Korean officials believe North Korea has received submarine technology from Russia, a development that causes concern for many. Let us hope that dialogue and understanding can replace suspicion and fear in this part of our world. On a more promising note, Kuwait has announced a major natural gas discovery offshore, a blessing that, if shared wisely, could bring prosperity and comfort to many. All of Earth's resources are gifts to be stewarded carefully and shared generously. In the United Kingdom, particularly in industrial towns like Scunthorpe, we see the human cost of economic change. Steel workers who have dedicated their lives to their craft now face uncertainty as industries decline. Remember, my friends, that behind every economic statistic are real families with dreams and needs. Let us never forget them in our discussions of trade and tariff. And finally, in a sign of this war's evolving nature, Ukrainian forces are using long-range drones to target Russian oil refineries, hoping economic pressure might lead to peace where other methods have not succeeded. How my heart aches for all caught in conflict's grasp, both the Ukrainian families seeking safety and the ordinary Russians affected by this escalation. As we reflect on today's news, I'm reminded that on this day in 1307, the Knights Templar were arrested in France, a historical lesson in how power and wealth can lead to suspicion and conflict. May we learn from history's mistakes rather than repeat them. In these challenging times, I encourage you all to look for ways to bring comfort to those around you. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of compassion, these simple gifts cost nothing but mean everything to those who receive them. Remember that even in our divided world, we are all God's children, worthy of dignity and love. Until tomorrow, my friends, may peace fill your hearts and guide your actions toward one another.